What do you think about? Not a lot of people are talking about him, and the Hornets aren't exactly a conversational starter, right? But what do you think about the hire for Atkinson going to a Charlotte Hornets team who's actually pretty decent? Like they've got some good players. They got LaMelo Ball, they got Terry Rozier, they got they got Miles Bridges, and they also have they have Gordon Hayward if he can stay healthy, right? But what do you think about Atkinson to or to Charlotte?
Kenny Atkinson is, I don't believe has a good coaching record. I remember him on the Nets, and I don't think the Nets were that good.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I think it's like if you have a coach who had a coaching tenure somewhere else and wasn't that good, I don't think you'd try to sign him, and that's difficult because like a lot of coaches start out somewhere and maybe it's not pretty,
Mm-hmm.
but you have LaMelo Ball that probably has it's probably one of the most talented players, to be honest, and has the
Mm-hmm.
most potential in the NBA right now. So you have him and you want a guy who's going to develop him. I don't believe it's going to be Kenny Atkinson unless Steve Kerr changed something about him over in Golden State, but they were one of the teams that I was like, okay, maybe it'll be a dark horse team that'll slide into the playoffs. But I mean, they have a couple years left to really do something with LaMelo, or else LaMelo's gonna leave. So I didn't truly like the hire. I'm kind of wondering, like MJ, maybe you're not the greatest GM. I know you're the greatest basketball player, but maybe you're not the greatest GM. So we'll have to see how Kenny Atkinson pans out.
I don't think Atkinson's a bad hire. I mean, the Nets weren't a very good team, I think, when he took over in 2016. And he did make the playoffs that one year in 2019. Of course, I think he got fired because him and Kyrie didn't exactly agree with each other. But I mean, we'll see. I don't know if he's going to really do a whole lot because that Hornets team feels like it's always going to be somewhere in the 7th to 8th seed. And I don't know how long LaMelo's going to stay. I mean, maybe he goes to LA in a few years, right?
Mm.
Because he is a pretty big star, or at least he's becoming one of those top stars. But again, we'll see what happens. I mean, like I said, anything is possible, as KG said. So